debut. You know what I mean? At their show, that'd be like huge. You know what I mean? I think if because you know Sony's probably gonna show off Red Dead, or it'll be featured heavily. You know what I mean? At E3, you know, PlayStation branding or whatever, because that's their third party marketing deal, and that's the biggest game of the year. Everybody's running away from. You know what I mean? It'd be cool if Microsoft just has something to bring to the table too. So it's gonna be interesting, man.
Right. Now with that, the thing is, it's like I know like one of the questions that was thrown out today is like content.
Yeah.
You know, like so you answer like some of the questions about what they could have, you know, for people to like mess around with, to check out and this and that. But you know, I think we both kind of expressed, you know, we hope that this also translates and they have some pretty big announcements, even if there's nothing there. It's not something there to play.
Yeah.
It's like
I think that's the biggest thing that they need this year is to lay out the roadmap. You know what I mean? Like people as excited as, you know, we all are for God of War and I mean all the games that Sony has coming. Like we kind of knew that they were coming. You know what I mean? The roadmap has been set. We knew it for 2018, what 2019 kind of looks like. So, you know, people kind of have that excitement and it carries over throughout the entire year. You know what I mean? You get hyped up for every release that kind of comes along. So
right.
Microsoft kind of has to do that same thing, man. You got the most powerful system out on the market. You know what I mean? You have some hitters there, but, you know, everything isn't for everyone. So, you know, some people look at them and look for the next thing. So if you could get that roadmap, if you say Fable, you know what I mean, is in the works, and here's just a small glimpse, even if it's just an overview of the world or something crazy like that, you know what I mean? Like that would get people like super hype. You know what I mean? Even if they just, you know, we know that the Remedy game is going to be, you know what I mean, a multi-platform game, but it'd be sweet if Remedy debuted the game, you know what I mean, with Microsoft, and you know what I mean, kind of at least, you know, they're still cool at the end of the day, so it kind of works both ways, you know what I mean. That's the partner you've been rocking with for so long, and you know what I mean, it's cool that your game is multi-plat now, but you know, they can still wrote that same mantra. It looks best, it plays best on the X, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I think they'll probably ride that wave.
Yeah, and that's where the strength comes in, because I think that's where like Sony and Nintendo have looked like, you know, like shiny, glittery, you know, however you want to look at it, is because they throw out, you know, their key exclusive titles or whatever that are coming, but then they also partner up with some of the powerhouses.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just all riding like a wave of adrenaline. And I think we talked about this on Tick Saturday night. I said, you know, when Sony kind of throws some things out there, it's not so much. I know people like to jump on the whole, you know, release date thing, because all of a sudden everybody needs to have that release date, even though we have tons of stuff to play. You know, you let them some things breathe. Sometimes all you're really doing is just saying, because you're rocking with us, we may not have these dates yet, but these are coming. You know, as you're playing all this other great content, just know we're gonna hit you with this, and then a little bit later we're gonna hit you with this. So that's why I know like Phil doesn't. He said he doesn't like doing the too early thing with the dates. You don't have to do that.
Right.
But if you came out and said, this is what we have coming
in production,
this is what's in production, that's all you really need. All people need, you know, gaming is like a marathon, not a sprint. There's plenty of stuff to play. There's plenty of stuff to go around, especially if you're a multi-console owner. So people, if they know it's coming and you're not going to cancel it or whatever the case may be, but if they know it's coming, then they're good. If you say, okay, that might not be here for another year and a half, whatever, at least I know your roadmap. I know what you're thinking. I know where your head is going. And I'm here. I'm not getting rid of anything. I'll just be over here rocking with this. I'll rock with that. You know, I have an X, so, you know, I'll have the, you know, like we say, the best multi-plats here.
Yeah.
But, and even if I'm only an Xbox gamer, I'm good. Right. I still have my BC stuff. I still have stuff maybe I didn't get a chance to rock with from earlier in the gen. You know, and multi-plat, so I'm good. But you got to do it. You can't say, well, we're going to hold back on this. Like a lot of people are saying, this can't be another E3 where it's like, wait till Gamescom, wait till the next E3. Like,
no, we already discussed this, man. We ain't waiting on this bus no more, man. This E3, we either getting on or we letting it go by. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. We can't keep pushing it back every event and say wait for this and wait for that. And, you know, I mean, it becomes nonsense. You know, like I said before, you gotta, at the end of the day, we gotta put our feet to the fire. You know what I mean? And it's great that they have all this other content coming out, but you know, as consumers, as fans, we want the content that kind of speaks to us as well. And you know, I mean, I hope they deliver that. I think they're setting themselves up or setting us up, you know what I mean, to feel like they are. And you know, like you said, with you know, just throwing some stuff out there. I mean, look what Nintendo did last year with Metroid. You know what I mean? All they did was put up a logo and people like lost their mind. You know what I mean?
Right.
And look at the last direct, you know what I mean? They show off a nice little trailer, a Smash, just to tell you that it was coming in 2018. They didn't show any gameplay, they didn't show anything. They showed Inklings running around and a logo. And that was it. And people literally lost their mind, you know what I mean? So it definitely can be done. The same way with, you know, like I said, they show just, you know, the protagonist for Fable walking around and then the logo shows up. That's all you need. And people would go completely insane. So it's, you know, it definitely piqued my interest. You know what I mean? More people are getting excited because you see the direction that they're going for. And, you know, like Phil said, this is definitely something different for them. And I think it's a good direction for them. You know, we just have to see how it plays out.
Right. No, that's it. And that's all you need is that shot of adrenaline. You need to do those things that give a shot of adrenaline. And whatever you do, like, some things will leak. And I know people kind of like to think that, you know, people dig and go try to find things, you know. But I do think at times, like, I don't know if they don't play it close to the vest or if they just, they're like loosey-goosey hippie style. And they're like, hey, you got to do like the Disney vault and keep that shit locked down and threaten some jobs. Do what you got to do because that's just going to be more impactful.
Yeah, man.
You know,
you definitely want to keep stuff close to the chest. But look at the Tomb Raider thing. You know what I mean? Like, it gets leaked. It's on social media. Everybody knows about it. So, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's hyped about it. They want to see what it looks like. We know the game's basically coming out in September. Like, everything gets leaked. It's very hard in today's industry, especially with social media, to, you know what I mean, have this blackout and not really know anything and be completely surprised because it's so easy. You could just be scrolling and be like, oh, you know what I mean? Tomb Raider, you know, coming out in September is like, yo, I wasn't intending to see that, you know what I mean? But it's just out there. So I hope they definitely, you know, keep some things under wrap. I hope, you know, Phil's got some stuff that only he knows, you know.
Right. Think about. Let's talk about. You know let's do some fictitious, like, big E3 type stuff. You know, you could say, like, how crazy would the theater go? You know, like the lights go down and then you.
Hey, hold on, real quick, because I want to. Speaking of the theater, because I just want to say something real quick. So B Money, you actually with the news today of, you know, obviously we started the podcast. We were kind of talking offline, and then we started the podcast as we were kind of mid conversation with Microsoft's. You know, big E3 news. I think this is going to be a big show for them. We talked on the show in the past how E3 is changing, you know, with, you know, EA kind of taking its show off the floor and having their own situation. And now Microsoft's kind of essentially doing that, more or less. And B Money, we talked about, like, remember the big deal over the small floor space. And you said to us on the show, you're like, well, look, there's a reason why this is happening. And then off air, you share that information of what they were doing, and boy, you were spot on. That's why we call you Gabe Stradamus. I mean, seriously, like, to everyone listening, I mean, B told us offline he couldn't share with us on air on the podcast, but everything he said to us after, this was a couple weeks ago. No, this is probably about a month ago. Was true. What we found out today, and I just, Eric, and I'll let you finish your thoughts there. But in terms of, I think you were talking about speculation or things that might happen. But I'm telling you, they should have this. They should have this place. The Microsoft Theater is and they're going to, where they're going to have the E3 show, and they're going to have demos and everything. That thing should be open morning, noon, and night. That shit at nighttime, man. It comes 7:00. Bottle service.
Yeah,
I'm being serious. I'm not even joking. I mean, I am being dead serious. Microsoft, if you're listening, presentation, dude. Call up Lord King from the Iron Kings. Have him be the MC of the after hours party. Well, I mean, seriously,
that place will be straight lit.
Dude, you know how great. Think about that. I mean, Shuhei Yoshida would show up.
Yeah,
he would show up, order a bottle of Ace of Spades, and call it a day. I'm telling you, I actually like this a lot, and I think that they should take this opportunity and make this like the hub, the place where everybody wants to go serve drinks. I mean, shit, have a have a bloody. Yeah, have a bloody. What'd you say? Have a joint?
No, because they call that joint the Green Light District.
Yeah, you know what? Exactly. Say, hey, have Major Nelson out there be like, hey, come meet me at the Green Light District tonight. It's going down. We got bottle service. You know, we have NBA stars, Kobe Bryant. You know, we have actors, actresses. I mean, make it a big party. Make it a place where everybody wants to be there.
Yeah, man.
That's my 2 cents. That's my rant. So go ahead, Heath.
No. I mean, what you said makes sense, man. You know. But no, I was just gonna say, like, you know, if we're just gonna talk like fan service, no, I don't think this would ever happen. But just think about in terms of something crazy, like something you didn't even see coming. Take something that's become one of your biggest memes and turn it into something that's just got like everybody talking. Like I said, you know, you get like the low rumble, the low growl of a dragon. You know, and here you go. You figured it out. You got some, you know, a new developer working on Scalebound.
Yeah.
You know, I know, like I said, that's crazy, but you know, that's the kind of thing that you kind of take and turn a negative into a positive. While, you know, just things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Have theme nights, man. Like have a pirate night. You know, where you're serving rum. You know, you got Captain Morgan sponsoring.
Man, something. I ain't coming in no puffy shirt, man.
No, I'm being serious. You know, like, you know, have some cosplayers there. You know, you can make it. You know, you can make it a little sexy. You know.
You can get Johnny Depp right now, and Johnny Depp in debt.
Yeah, dude needs money.
You can get him there as Jack Sparrow.
You know what's sad? That dude's gonna be 80 years old playing Jack Sparrow at like kids' birthday parties. Man, that's his future. No, but seriously, all joking aside, I mean, I'm like, they should make this like the party hub. I mean, B, you talked about. Did you go to Bethesda's party at E3B?
Yes, I did.
Now, B, how lit was that party?
Man, Bethesda throws the best parties. Like at every event that we went to, Bethesda had it rocking. You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely some grown men things going over at the Bethesda parties. You know what I mean? And if Microsoft could take any notes from Bethesda, it would be, you know, just have a party just like them. You know what I mean? Because their food is on point, the drinks are on point. You know what I mean? The little advertisers are on point. They have live music. You know what I mean? Like, all their games are set up all over the floor. You can just, you know, walk around, mingle with different people, talk to the different, you know, celebrities that are there. You know what I mean? The developers, the publishers, you know what I mean? Some of your favorite, you know, game show hosts and things like that. Like, it was definitely going down, man. You know, so I met Morgan Webb there. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of just people who've been.
You met Morgan Webb there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people who have been in the industry, you know what I mean, for a long time. And, you know, people who you kind of like, yo, I'm a big fan of, you know, your work. And, you know, it's just great to be able to get in there and just have normal conversation with them. Yeah. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, these people are humans too. And, you know, it's great to be able to have that one-on-one contact with them. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I would definitely go that route. You know what I mean? If you know, just talking to Ty Howard, you know what I mean? Like, on the Bethesda, you know, party floor, you know what I mean? Me and Wood just chopping it up with him. Like, you can't ask for nothing else. You know what I mean? So,
dude, that's a kind of experience that they should like kind of do or provide. I mean, to do it like you know, do it like you said, like Bethesda does. You know, like at late night, you know, turn that thing into a. I mean, you have all that room.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and LA, I mean, make it to a party, man. Make it accessible to fans. And I don't know, man. I would just turn into a big party. I just feel like that's a huge opportunity. You know, a good way to create some. I mean, why not? I mean, they have nothing to lose by doing that.
And they gotta do it, man. You can't. I mean, going this big, you know, you can't come out falling flat. Because
that would be the worst thing for them to do.
Yeah, like, that'll become a thing. You know,
if they did all of this, and then we come out of their E3 showing, it's like, that was all right.
right.
You know what I mean? Like, then it's like, well, what was the purpose?
Right.
So I think they, gotta go big or go home, man.
I agree.
You're gonna be under the microscope. I mean, because if people, you're like the Cleveland Browns, people love to pick you apart.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shout out to
man.
the Cleveland Browns, man. They're making some moves this offseason, man. And
Hey, they got Tyrod Taylor, man.
Got Tyrod Taylor. They got Jarvis Landry.
Mm-hmm.
Just signed Carlos Hyde. I still think they're gonna pick Saquon Barkley, #1 pick. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Gordon came back last year, has some nice highlights, so they can put it all together, man. They might be all right, man.
You don't think they're gonna draft a quarterback?
No. They're gonna roll with Tyrod.
They got Kaiser. They probably put Kaiser in the backup role and draft Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
The dude's a monster. You get Carlos Hyde back there to kind of groom him.
Mm-hmm.
And in about a year or two, Saquon Barkley's going to be your all-star running back. You got 2 receivers in place. Jarvis Landry is so underrated. It was actually my son's favorite player.
Yeah, that one hurt. That hurt.
And then you got Gordon. Gordon is one of the most underrated players because he can't ever stay on the field. But if he got his hair right, dude is a monster. He's one of the best receivers in the game.
Oh, you can't stop him.
Yeah.
He's got to let that weed go, man.
Yep.
It's like, man, get on the field, do this thing, make this money. You can smoke all the weed you want later.
That's too funny. Yeah.
But I mean, you use that analogy of sports, man. I mean, everybody likes to pick on the underdog or the low man on the totem pole, but everybody can return to greatness.
Yep.
And then when that happens, then everybody's on your tip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, just wait till the Patriots get dismantled when Brady's done, and they have to go through that rebuilding point.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're gonna be
ugly out here.
Yeah, they're gonna get clowned, right? I mean, look at the Warriors. 5 years ago, nobody's talking about the Warriors.
Yeah.
But they put together greatness. So
B, doesn't Cleveland have the 1st and 4th pick?
Yep.
I don't know, man. They could get a running back and a quarterback, man.
They could, but they probably go defense.
Yeah, they could go defense too.
They try to get a corner.
Yeah, I can see that. So this is cool. I'm really excited to see what Microsoft has in store for us at E3. But I agree with you guys. It's we're almost a year to the I shouldn't say almost a year, but by November of this year will be a year. Into the first year of the Xbox One X. And so they got to show us that roadmap. They got to show us the goods.
And the thing is, I think the one thing that is kind of hindering the X right now is that there's no games that look, at least from a first-party standpoint, like any of the first-party games from the competition. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we have this powerful system, and if you go to your games library and you hit that Xbox One Enhanced section,
which Enrique does,
there's not too many games over there as you would expect. You know what I mean? You come out of the gate, you say it's the most powerful system, and you thought more people are going to be on board, and there really hasn't been that many games that feature a lot of X enhancements. I think I have maybe 18 total that I have installed out of the 300 games I have. So that's a little bit of a disappointment. And then just from looking at State of Decay and Sea of Thieves, those aren't really graphically intensive games. I mean, the water looks nice, but the character models aren't anything super impressive or anything like that.
And I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's not like a. I will say this though, to its credit though, it is a beautiful looking game.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, I mean, it's simplistic by design, but it certainly has that it very much gives me that sense of that what you would, that color palette, what you would expect to see in the Caribbean,
Yeah. I mean, it's a classic rare game.
All exactly. You're right. It's a classic. It's a classic rare game. But I do think it looks like it's a good looking game. Like, when I was on the beta this past weekend, I was like, I literally caught myself just like sailing around the island, just admiring like the views and stuff, because it looks good. I mean, it's a good looking game. I have it on a 4K TV, HDR, whatnot. So, but you're right. To your point though, they don't have anything like, I don't know. Give me a game like a Horizon Zero Dawn, something to that effect. Is that kind of what you're referring to? Right. That's running on the X. That's new or whatever, or maybe tapping into the power of the X.
Right.
Yeah. Most people, like people throw like Gears 4 at you and stuff like that. Yeah. But but you can throw it over to like Horizon. You can throw it over to like Bloodborne. You order all these different games that when you fire them up on the Pro, they look pretty good too.
Yeah, I'll say that I am encouraged by Lord Kaibatsu. Big shout out to Lord Kaibatsu, who was on with us this past Saturday for the first Lords of the Arcade podcast. If you didn't check that out, definitely check that out. Collaborative podcast between Brap and the Iron Lords podcast, and he said he's glad upcoming releases have been taking the X into account, and I think like we'll see more of that as this year goes on. There's some big bangers coming out. You got to believe Red Dead Redemption is probably going to have some kind of enhancement to it. Probably the new Battlefield, obviously the new Black Ops 4, which I'm not entirely excited for, but will sell gangbusters. That's gonna have an enhancement. I can't remember all the other games that are coming out this year, but yeah, I mean, I think the one part that kind of excites me, at least if I'm looking forward, is some of the future releases that are coming out that are probably going to take at least third-party stuff. That's probably going to take advantage of the enhanced or the Xbox One X.
Yeah, I think games, upcoming games like Kabasu said, definitely. But I know people were saying like they want to see some of the older library like Rise and Sunset and stuff like that. I'm kind of like, who's going to pay for it?
Yeah, I'm not. Like those are nice like things to have. Like I'm not, obviously I'm not. If I have it, I have it, and I don't need to buy it again, and it gets enhanced, it's great. But it's probably not like tops of my list, for enhanced games or games that I want to see enhanced. Like Witcher 2 got enhanced. I wasn't asking for that. They enhanced it. It looks great. Like it looks really good.
Right.
But it's like it's just like icing on the cake for me at least.
Mm-hmm. No, but like I said though, man, it's like the most popular games are getting it. The games that you definitely want something like a Witcher 3.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Stuff like that. But but no, Sea of Thieves does look good. But I see some fraud stuff happening every now and again on Twitter, man. Like especially where like the Fortnite, PUBG back and forth goes. The first thing people kind of call out is well, Fortnite is cartoony and like realistic.
Yeah, but then you hype about Sea of Thieves.
You hype for Sea of Thieves. It's like, stop it.
I don't even equate, man.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lack of consistency in your thought process if you're thinking like that. Like,
it's like, no, it's like, come on. It's like, but it's kind of interesting. I kind of like this whole back and forth over the PUBG Fortnite stuff. Because theoretically, I mean, you got two games. I mean, they don't do everything exactly the same, but they're both battle royale. But at the same time, people have something to choose from, whatever their flavor. Some people prefer like the more Pixar looking, world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can't get around the power of free.
That's right, man. Free gonna win every time.
Every time. And then I'm still asking the question. I don't know if anybody has the answer to it, but there's no trial on PUBG.
Yeah, that's kind of a missed opportunity. I think that I understand it's popular and everything, and everyone in the live chat, let me know what you guys think too. If you think that Fortnite not having a preview is kind of a missed opportunity. Not Fortnite. I'm sorry, PUBG. PUBG not having a preview is kind of a missed opportunity. I understand it's a popular game, but I feel like that's the kind of game I feel like you want to you want to at least kind of give like a trial, right? You know,
yeah, because from what I understand, I thought that was like a mandate of the preview program that there's like a free trial for the games. I don't know if that's true. Don't quote me on that. If anybody can correct me, definitely correct me. But I thought that was like a mandate, and majority of them like they get it. I don't know why PUBG doesn't have it. Because I mean, I would try it. I just don't want to like commit the $30 to it because I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. But
let me tell you something, man. You will have a blast. You get on with Lord King, you will have a blast. I'm telling you, man.
I'm not doubting that. I'm not doubting that. But you know about how much I play multiplayer games.
No, I know. Well, I mean, that's the thing. If you're not really into multiplayer, then yeah, you probably won't want to pick it up. You know, but it's
not even that. It's just time commitment. You know, like B and I were talking about this the other day. It's like, you know, we have all the different consoles, but we also have families and kids and everything else, and you know, working and all these different things. You really have to like parse out where you're gonna like put your time. And I'm still primarily a single player like gamer. So for me, I definitely want that trial in there, so I can say, you know what, I like this enough where I'm going to commit that time to play with the crew.
Yeah.
If I paid that $30, I went, yeah, it's cool and it's definitely fun. Those moments I'm in there with you and King, but it's not enough for me to keep wanting to come back to it.
Man, I'm telling you, man. I never thought I'd get hooked on it, but I got hooked.
You know,
I got hooked, man. I got hooked on PUBG, and I think for me the appeal to it is that it's easy. It's just easy to hop in and play. And you never have the same gameplay experiences because each encounter is different. You never get the same drops. You can go to the same place like 5 times in a row and we'll get the same drops. And so it's this like consistent. It consistently challenges you to think differently and approach the game or each game that you're in differently, based on the weapon drops, the equipment you get and stuff like that. And then where people drop too. That's the other thing. You may drop in a town, like we dropped. Like it was me, Sam, Lord King, and I think Monkey Punch. We were playing, and we dropped into a town. It was like, and there was no one there. It was a coastal town by the military base. I forget the name of it. We dropped in there. We're like, oh yeah, this is great. Like, there's no one here. We're getting like ammoed up, right? We got like M416s. I mean, we have like level 3 backpacks. I mean, we're loaded, ready to go to war, right? And we had to finish like top 6 that match. So we're like, okay, let's go back. Let's go back to that same town. And we went back. Next thing you know, I hear Sam going, "Oh shit, I'm getting hit." Like 5 other teams dropped in with us. You know, so that's kind of like what makes, like, for me, that game that makes it kind of unique and why I keep going back to it. But I definitely do think that it should have like a free preview. You know, I feel like it's one of those games that would definitely benefit from that. You know, especially since Fortnite's doing it. Why not, right?
I think PUBG will get that free preview when and if things slow down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Yeah,
I think, you know, they haven't had a problem selling right now, so I think it's not a high priority. But if things slow down, then it'll show up. You know,
yeah.
That'd be inevitable.
I still hope that I see you guys on there one day so we can play.
I tell you what, Enrique, you buy the barbecue, you buy the meat, I'll barbecue.
You sound like one of my friends back in the days. Hey man, I have a barbecue. Oh yeah, what do you want me to bring? Bring the meat.
Oh man,
that's funny, man.
What do you want? Tell me what to know about VR.
Yeah, Chief told me, what's up with VR? He said something about is Microsoft VR.
Have VR. The X has the port for, right? I don't think they have any plans on doing that right now, but I think if it starts popping a little bit more.
Yeah, I think they're holding off. B, have you heard anything about VR for them?
Nah, man, they're kind of on a wait and see approach right now. Yeah, I mean, they aren't going to commit to it just yet. It'll probably be something that maybe they take a look at next gen, to be honest.
Yeah, I know Matt Piscatella from NBD. He's kind of like, I think he compared the VR to NPD did something, like they did an article on like sportswear, like sportswear being down in the US, like sales. And Matt's like compared VR as, he's like, VR is the gaming industry's like sports apparel or something like that. sportswear apparel or something.
Really? I can't imagine that sportswear apparel is down.
Yeah,
I
it's
would think it's
down.
been like way high.
Yeah, it's been down. Like I know.
What are you
So
talking about, like jerseys and stuff?
yeah, like shoes and stuff. Like yeah,
Not Jordans.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, because like Adidas did like they had like a 50% increase over like last
Well,
year.
Adidas did, yeah, Adidas, but like Nike's down.
Yeah, Nike's down.
Under Armour's down.
Under Armour was down. Yeah.
Yeah, but Adidas also, like, if you look at their stuff though, like, is it a lot of their stuff, like, to me, like some of their shoes isn't really like, I don't look at it as sportswear though. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's a little more like high end than that. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of I guess like the whole like fashion industry is more like lifestyle now, and not really like traditional sportswear, I guess. So maybe
I'm still waiting for
differently.
I'm still waiting for starter jackets to come back.
Them Adidas has those old school tracksuits popping again.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
that's what I was wondering. Like, how could it be down, man? Because that's all I see kids wear, man.
But you know what? That's probably more of a fashion thing, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess they probably categorize it.
And it is like you know, like what? Like, yeah, right. Like it's probably more fashion than it is sportswear. Or like you said,
Jason, you said cross colors fast.
Yes, cross colors.
You know what's back?
They bring back used jeans.
MCM is back.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
I had no idea. You don't know what MCM is?
No, what's MCM?
Oh man, that was like back in like what, late '80s, early '90s. It was like, it was like the answer to Gucci. If you couldn't really afford Gucci,
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I just
like
remember
it had like that same pattern on it. It was like MCM.
Oh yeah. Now that you say that, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. It was the fake Gucci.
Yeah, but it was popping. I mean, everybody was rocking MCM.
Yeah,
MCM bag, like duffel bag, is super expensive. We bought my mom one for Christmas, like $1,600.
Jesus.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
Yeah, so I say that not as a knock on MCM wearers, but it was like, yeah, you know, it was like the more hood version of it, I guess.
Yeah,
you know, you can say, I remember, I saw this dude driving like a Suzuki Sidekick back in the day. And his rag top was all MCM.
Yeah.
I was like, you ever heard that in a while, right? Suzuki Sidekick?
No, man, that's hilarious, man. God, hey, come to BRAP. We'll give you like we'll take you back in the days, back to the '90s. Yep. People had neon lights under their cars.
You remember the cars, like the 5-star rims, and then on the side panel in chrome, you would have like a saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Be like the words or whatever.
Yeah, like words, like let's say like rolling or something.
Like a friend of mine had an aqua colored what was it? What was that car? It was the not a Toyota Tercel, the Nissan the 2-door Nissan, whatever. Well, I can't remember the name of it right now. But it was like, it was teal color, and on the side in the chrome, he said Aqua Fresh.
Hey, let me ask you guys something. Does an axe throwing bar sound like a good idea to you guys?
Does what?
An axe throwing bar sound like a good idea to you guys?
Axe throwing bar?
Yes.
I don't even know what is what is that?
A bar where you throw axes, like
like a bar to go drink and then throw axes?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, they're opening one up.
Death wish to me.
Right? They're opening one up in Baltimore. I just saw this.
Hey man, y'all wild.
That's like in the rich district, isn't it?
They're serving liquor. I mean, this is a bad idea.
That's in an upscale part of town?
No, it's not. It's in Highlandtown in Baltimore, in the city. Highlandtown's not really upscale. I mean, it's yeah, I'll tell you what, man. You wouldn't see me there. No.
You want some of this? Axe across the room?
You want some of this, old man? No. Anyway, we just totally went off topic.
Yeah.
Let's get back to video games. So we were talking about PUBG, no VR in Microsoft's future. What else happened? God, there's something I wanted to talk about, and I just completely forgot because I was thinking about this axe throwing bar. I just saw this pop up on Facebook. Oh, I want to talk about Bloodborne.
Yeah, man.
Let me tell you something, guys. Now, I'm not that far into the game. Like, I'm really not. Like, I picked this. So I was sick this week, and finally got the chance to download it, and because it's free. And man, it's funny. I'm only a couple minutes. I'm probably like, I don't know, like maybe 20 minutes into it. Like when I was playing, I kept getting interrupted because I was kind of doing some work emails and playing. Like had my laptop open, I was checking emails and stuff, and I get the email notification ring, and I had to put the controller down. Anyhow, so I was playing, but I was telling E, I was like, man, E, I keep like I walked, I woke up, I'm the hunter, and I walked downstairs, and there's this werewolf, and I'm trying to fight him, and he's like, nah, dude, you can't beat him with your bare hands. I'm like, oh, see, now you tell me. I'm sitting there like, I'm hitting the werewolf and everything, and I'm like, dodging him, and doing this, the kind of like step slide, counter or whatever, where you kind of end up behind him, and yeah, like I couldn't beat him, and he's like, no, you got to run past him. I was like, oh, so
now, no, we gotta tell the whole story, man, just for the context of it.
All right, go ahead.
As you said, man, Bloodborne is garbage. I was like, what happened? You were like, I'm at the werewolf, and it's garbage. I don't like the way the character moves. Like you were going in.
Yeah, because
I thought you were at the cleric beast. I was like, when you told me you were at the first werewolf, I was like, wait, hold up, slow up, back up. And then you were fighting it with your bare hands. I was like, no, why are you getting frustrated?
Well, B's like, when I said that, B's like, oh, he's getting bodied.
I was like, no, you got to get out of there and go get a weapon and come back. You got it.
Well, I mean, now I realize that I went back and got the weapon, and so he's like, all right, you got to go through the town, whatever. So I went to the town, climbed up the ladder. I actually did take out one of those henchmen though with my fist, because you can.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the Hunter's Dream, like Eric told me to do, and oh, by the way, E, thanks for sending me that walkthrough. That was actually helpful.
No problem.
Yeah, so Eric sent me a walkthrough from like Eurogamer or something. It was really helpful. So I picked up my weapons and I hopped in there. And Eric's like, "Look, once you get your weapons back, just go back there. You'll take out the werewolf. You take out everyone like in like 2 hits." So I go back down there. Right, there's the werewolf. He's looking at me. I'm looking at him, and I'm like, "All right, it's on." So I got my little. I didn't use the axe. I got the. I forget what weapon I used. It's like it's not the axe. It's not the little staff, whatever. But it's kind of looks like a razor, like a long razor blade or something. I'll describe it.
You talking about the switchblade?
The switchblade. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like a. It's kind of weird. Like its handles looks like a question mark almost, and it's got like the blade at the end or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I got that, and I got the hunter's pistol, right? So I walk down the stairs, and there's that fucking werewolf, and he comes at me. He's like, ah, right. And I dodge him, did a little sidestep, and his butt's facing me. I just start hacking him, hit him twice. He was done, and I'm like, man, here I was trying to beat it with my fist.
Told you, man.
I felt like seriously, man. I felt like a certain gamer I won't name.
Snap your controller in half because you can wear it, man.
You're like, your Bloodborne's garbage.
This game's garbage.
I was like, you don't get out of here with
that. This is true, people. I did say this, and of course, B's like, oh, that's because he's getting body right now.
I'll tell you, man.
Yeah,
that game will definitely do it to you, man. You get a little further in, you get to squeeze your controller so hard, man. You think you'll snap that boy in half, man.
Well,
it's a great time though.
No, it is. Let me tell you something. I think the gameplay design, it's a brilliant game. Like if you think about the AI movement and how unique each AI is or character is that you fight, like they all have like different movements and they all have like subtle things they'll do differently sometimes. And I almost feel like they know what you're gonna do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's almost like a chess game.
Yeah, it is. Like I noticed at the werewolf, and I felt like he was because like at one point, like I'm like, okay, like, this is when I'm trying to beat him with my fist. That official Enrique stutter. What's up, irrelevant? I always feel like so when I was fighting the werewolf with my bare hands, and I got behind the table, and I was like, okay, this is awesome. Like he can't catch me, and he can't like he can't attack me. I got like this ground between us, right? And if he tries to get around, I'll just slide around him and body him. Well, then I noticed he kind of backed off, and he stopped coming at me. I'm thinking like, damn, is he adapting to my strategy? So, I mean, I don't know if that's true, like for the rest of the game. It's just something I noticed with the wolf, but like just the different, like, characters and the movements are obviously the movements are different, but it's like it's an awesome game. Like just a couple minutes that I played of it so far, man. I might like this better than Souls.
I'm telling you, man, I do. Like I try to play the original Souls. I don't even think I got to the first boss. Like that's how frustrated I was. Like I hated how slow the game was. Like it was so clunky, and I wasn't enjoying myself. I was becoming like more frustrated the more and more I played it. So I set it down, and I didn't pick up 2, but I picked up Dark Souls 3. I played that for a while, and I think I had a better experience with that. But when Bloodborne came out, I took that was the game that actually I got my PS4 out the closet. I bought my PS4 day one. There wasn't much to play on it, and it was just kind of away, so I put it away. And when Bloodborne came out, took that bad boy out the closet, and I was just going in, man. And I've always played like games like Ninja Gaiden that are super hard, and they're more like hack and slash and more quick. But I kind of felt like this was more Ninja Gaiden style because it played a little faster than like Dark Souls, which is more slow, more methodic. You know what I mean? You got to time your rolls and things like that. I definitely felt like I had more freedom of movement playing Bloodborne, and just different variety of characters and the setting. It had me hooked, and I love that game, man. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, there's something to that, like that kung fu dodge when someone's coming at you swinging.
Yeah,
that swing to the left, that swing to the right, and they're missing. Yep. It gives you like those. You get those sweaty palms, man. Because it's definitely a gamble.
But here's the thing about the game that to me is brilliant. When you time a counter perfect, right, and you swing behind that enemy, and you know the timing because it's so fluid. The movement is so fluid from when the guy misses you to where you slide behind him, right? You see, the game plays mind games on you because then you start getting like, okay, I got this. I got it. Next thing you know, you get bodied. You're like, oh, come on.
Yeah, don't ever think you got it.
No, you never got it.
But the thing is, too, is like, there is a gamble in there, like a gamble type system, because if you catch an enemy at the right moment, like with the blunderbuss, like you can get like a big stun.
Right.
Which kind of like drops them for a minute, and then you can, do some damage, And it definitely has that Souls like DNA in there, where if you catch like the right angle, hitting an enemy from behind, like with a switchblade or your axe or whatever, you can definitely get that big hit. But that's a gamble.
Right. Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah.
And it's like how Tracy Morgan says, if you're not willing to die for it, you really want it. So, but no, I definitely like the faster movement of Bloodborne. It's more attractive to me than like the Souls games. But not taking anything away from the Souls games, but yeah, it's just I kind of like that movement and that system a little bit better, like the offensive system.
No, I do too, and and the setting, man, the setting of the game, the atmosphere and everything is just so like the gothic feel that the game has. I forget the name of the town that you're in. Yharnam, yeah. That gothic setting, so cool. The music is so cool. I like how you can knock on doors and people are like, hell no, I'm not opening this door. It's the night of a hut.
You're mental for being out there.
Yeah, like get out of here. Like, you got all these henchmen that are infected and everything, and these like these beasts and everything. It's just I can't. I slept on this game. I slept on the game too long.
That's all right. It's never too late. I still have to go back and finish it. So again, this generation, my two greatest shames because I've let other games jump ahead are definitely Witcher 3 and Bloodborne. Like I said, both will be rectified in the next few months.
Yeah.
You know.
There we go.
Yeah, you got to finish The Witcher 3, man. That is a that's probably one of the best games I've played this console gen, easily.
Right. Well, we have spring break coming up after next week, so I'll definitely be locking in sometime then.
Hey, Irrelevant wants to know why the Division looks like ass crack on the X. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I have not fired it up, so I'm not sure what it looks like.
Probably because they got all those different add-ons and whatnot, all that extra DLC they added, man. To go back in there and hit it with that touch up, that's probably a lot of work, man. It took them a while to get Wildlands to get touched up. So
yeah, and let me tell you something. Wildlands on the X with the X enhancement looks like night and day. You remember when we were first on Wildlands?
Yeah.
Remember how like the frame rate was terrible?
It was janky.
It was janky as shit.
Oh yeah, we was riding all over the place, man.
Yeah, we were.
For real. Yeah, I had to go back and look at that. But Kabatsu said there's an update coming.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the update. I think I'm gonna jump back in once they drop the update and try to at least go back and finish some of the DLC stuff. And because a lot of people said the game is definitely different than what it was when it when it launched. And they just announced the Division 2, so it'll be nice to just kind of revisit it and see kind of where the game has come.
Yeah. You guys,
and Yubi doesn't get enough credit for this, man. But we were just, saying earlier in the chat how, like, they'll drop a game and they'll catch, they'll catch somebody, they'll catch, some heat from fans or whatever, and then all of a sudden, like, some months go by, and then like a game that you haven't thought about from then, all of a sudden it starts getting talked about again.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, remember that game we put out? Here's a full new update for it, and now it gets like new life, and then it goes away for a while again, and then all of a sudden they put new life into it. Like, they keep supporting it.
I'm telling you, they did a. Well, I mean, Siege is like the perfect example of that.
Yeah,
I mean, they just did such a great job with that game, supporting it.
Yeah, because ultimately, people did not really like Siege when it first dropped, if I remember correctly.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, the majority of people did not like the game.
Now that's like everybody's joint, and then and arguably, like right about now would be the time you'd be hearing about Siege 2, right?
Yeah, they just dropped Season 3, man. They cooking off that game.
Yeah. So have they got any traction with what's the other the one with the Samurai Knights or whatever?
Oh, you're talking about
why am I drawing a blank on that game right now?
I don't know, I am too.
What game are you talking about?
Anybody?
The game that it dropped early last year.
With the Vikings, the Knights.
You're talking about
I didn't play it, so
yeah. That game's actually has like 1 million like unique players a week or something crazy. Like, it's still doing well.
Right, but I'm saying that was another one that people were like, when it first dropped, and then they keep going, they keep supporting, they keep updating it, and then all of a sudden it's like,
For Honor.
For Honor, yeah.
And then all of a sudden you look at Twitter one day, and all of a sudden you realize this game has an audience.
Yep.
It's crazy.
They put some water in that damn shit.
So it's interesting, man. Shout out to Yubi, man.
Ruby's doing work. They are doing work.
With the announcement of the Division, and we know the Tomb Raider announcement is coming tomorrow, official announcement. Like, how do you guys feel about all these announcements coming so early?
In certain cases like that, it doesn't bother me, because I think you get ahead of it now. I mean, you think about what E3 is, a few months away. Yeah. How fast a few months ago. I mean, we're already like halfway through March. It feels like we just did New Year.
Right.
You go ahead and you drop that now. You get you plant that seed, and then by the time you roll up through E3, you can drop a couple announcements, and then you really, you hit the flavor, of E3, and then you're ready for release.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I kind of like the big announcements to be safe for later on, but I guess like maybe who knows? Maybe with with Rise of the Tomb Raider, maybe getting ahead of leaks or speculation. I don't know. Maybe that's why they did it. Or maybe the game is just garbage.
You gotta, I'm telling you, gotta be accepting of it, man. E3 is not gonna be what we're accustomed to, going forward.
Yeah, I think it definitely plays a big part in it. You know what I mean? Like they announced the Call of Duty early. They announced that it's launching in October, which is just crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like
getting out of the way that Red did.
Yeah. It's just insane to me. You know what I mean? It's that they would release the game in October when they've traditionally released it in November, which leaves as of now, like no big game releasing in November.
Well, when is hold on? Is it? But Red Dead's released in November, right?
No, it releases October. It's the end of October.
So, I thought it was coming out like beginning of November. I guess I was wrong. Okay.
No, that's why. Like, I know some people don't think that they moved Call of Duty because of Red Dead, but they don't want to be in that tailwind,
right?
Hey guys,
or in that wake.
Hey guys, you know what we should do next week?
What's
we
that?
should do a Sea of Thieves giveaway, and like we should have like when one of us goes gar, we should have like somebody call in, like you're the 10th caller, you win a free copy. Okay.
Or give them a Game Pass code.
Exactly.
That's where I'll be trying it out.
All right, no one thought that was funny. I thought it was funny. Look, I've been on meds, damn it, for a week. So, that's interesting though. I'm really surprised that they're not releasing November. But again, that's the Red Dead thing. It has to be, right. Kind of get ahead of Red Dead, but
because Red Dead releases October 26th. And I think they moved. Call of Duty comes out like the 18th, I think, or 12th. Can't remember.
Something like that. Yeah.
I thought it was like a week or two before Red Dead comes out, which, as of right now, leaves no big game in November, which never ever happens.
Well, Battlefront, or Battlefield, I should say, might come out November.
No, I think if anything, EA will put it close to Call of Duty like they always do.
Okay.
Just for competition's sake.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because Battlefield has never been what Call of Duty is. It's never sold what Call of Duty sells. So if anything, they'll release it close to Call of Duty just so it's out there and it's on people's minds as well. Because Call of Duty releases first and takes up all the market share, then people don't have that choice and they'll just go with Call of Duty because that's what everybody else is playing.
Yeah. Real quick, guys. Some other interesting news that came out this week. I went to Taco Bell and it tasted like shit.
Why you keep doing that to yourself, man?
I'm just joking. No, hey guys. So did you guys read this Forbes article? Paul Tassi, who famous or infamous, depending what fanboy you talk to, he does a lot of op-eds for Forbes and I guess their gaming section. Which is always interesting when I read Forbes articles about gaming. I'm like, this is Forbes, like that's like Kotaku writing about the stock market. So there was an article Paul Tassi put out, and he pretty much compares like Sea of Thieves to No Man's Sky. And the title of the article is "Prepare." Excuse me. Prepare for Sea of Thieves to be this year's No Man's Sky. And I read that headline, and actually, I was surprised. I don't know. Did you guys see this on Twitter? Like people flipping out about this on Twitter. And anybody in the live chat, if you guys have read this article, feel free to chime in.
I didn't get a chance to read it because I saw you drop it in the DM. I saw it on Twitter, and sometimes when I see those headlines, I just go, "I'll be back in about 2 hours." When Twitter,
man.
I'm telling you, like I read the headline. I'm like, "Oh shit, like it's about to be on, right?"
Yo, real talk. Tassie gives no fucks, man. He's like, "Let's go."
Yeah.
Oh, he even calls people out. He's like, I know the fanboys are gonna get upset. Oh, Chief Tomei says he's seen a few cry wolf. I kind of thought so. I read the article, and so this is a great point, by the way, Luca. Asher Luca says, except No Man's Sky was hype before it came out. Sea of Thieves, not so much. I mean, yeah, there was definitely a lot of hype behind No Man's Skies, you know, with the quintillion planets, and we know that Hello Games kind of maybe weren't as forthcoming about certain features of that game. But really, kind of the point of the article was that what he was saying, it's just irrelevant. He says, "Oh man, that was such a terrible article." Yeah, I don't think it was the best article, but just got to give you guys a quick synopsis of this article. He wasn't saying that like it's going to be like No Man's Sky and the debacle of the launch for No Man's Sky. Hey, what's up, G4G Media? He said G4G Media says all the people that always whine about that are too busy bashing Xbox now. But his point was that, and he actually was a big like defender of No Man's Sky, believe it or not, and he actually mentions this in the article. But it's interesting because he compares to Sea of Thieves as this game that potentially has so much promise. He thinks might not necessarily deliver on anything, but could be one of those games where the community really, like the game, like drives and creates this tight knit community. He gives examples like No Man's Skies. There's people who are charting stars and charting galaxies. Who has time to do that? I don't know. But the community in No Man's Sky has really become like a niche, close community, and he thinks that could potentially happen with Sea of Thieves, where the community kind of just embraces a small group of the community embraces this game, and it has like kind of this special place within the Xbox community, more or less. That's just kind of a real quick snapshot. And then in terms of like content on launch, like maybe he's like we were a week out from launch, and with the beta this week, we're still not seeing. There's still not a lot of stuff there. And his point was, is there, is this just it? And I played the beta this weekend, and I like I said to you guys, like it's a beautiful looking game. They did add some new things. Like I noticed when I was sailing around by myself, if you look at the sky, there was like this like storm, and there was like a skull, and the skull's eyes were lighting up in the clouds. And apparently that's a almost like a lighthouse to Skull Island, where a bunch of the skeletons hang out, I guess. And apparently you go there, there's like a bunch of them, and it's not easy to defeat them all. But honestly, guys, like, I'm just about my time in Sea of Thieves this past weekend, like I didn't see a whole lot of stuff. So I'm starting to wonder, like a week out from launch, like is it safe to say like what we're seeing what we saw this past weekend is really just going to be the game? Because you remember, like a lot of people have been saying there's all this content, and we're only seeing like remember earlier on I was like, oh, you're only seeing 5% of the game.
Yeah.
And now we're a week out, and what I saw from the beta, like I can't say there was like a ton more content that I hadn't seen.
I don't know, because I mean, all the I don't know. I don't want to call people armchair analysts or whatever the case may be, but it's like obviously it's like the secret society of people that get information that I don't know anything about, but they keep swearing that's good.
Secret society.
It's like they're saying all this stuff is
the
going to
Templars.
drop. Yeah,
it's the Templars.
Like all this stuff is going to drop, and I mean, maybe it will, maybe it won't. It's one of those things you're just going to have to wait and see. It's like I don't know, really. Like I said, when it comes to Sea of Thieves, I hope the game does well. It still hasn't really piqued my interest. That's why I said I'm glad Game Pass is there so I can like try it. I know you very much get into this realm of like if you really kind of say too much about Sea of Thieves, the people who really like it really get mad about that. Then they like to tell you like you just don't know how to play the game. It's like you don't know how to play the game.
Right. It's like they made it.
It's
like they was in the lab.
You don't understand it. It's like I've been gaming for a long time. I understand games plenty, so it's just like I just don't know I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. It's sort of like, and we already said, this game will live or die by like the content that it brings. I know everybody's like, the water's beautiful, the vistas, and at one point I just sat there sailing, and it's like that's not a game.
Sailing, take me away.
So
that song. You guys on that? You know that movie, B?
No, no.
Okay.
And I know people say, well, you make your own adventure. And it's like, okay, so we go, we get a treasure. And I've heard the same stories from like multiple different people. It's like, we went and got treasure, and then we met up with this other ship and they tried to shoot us down. Then we jumped down in the water, went up the other side. And it's like, okay, that's cool. But how many times are you going to do that?
Right. Irrelevant native, you win a chicken dinner. Christopher Cross. Good call, my man. That's all that I was just thinking, guys. You're probably like, what the fuck? Chief told me, by the way, I just want to go real quick, B. I just want to go. Chief told me, he says it could be the case, in my opinion, dudes be saying that beta is missing 8% of the game. We will see.
Yeah, I think
we're gonna see because that joint's dropping.
Yeah. I mean,
I think real fast.
That's the one thing with like a beta. You know what I mean? Like you just never know how much you should give off. You know what I mean, to the consumer, because like let's just take the original Destiny beta. You know what I mean? We basically played the entire Earth planet. And then when the game came out, we had like 2 planets left. And the game was over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you have other betas who, you know what I mean, you might play one level and that's it. You know what I mean? They just want to see you get in there, test the servers, and that's pretty much it. So you never know, how much to give off and what content should be shared to the community.
Right.
You know, if it's too much or if it's too little, you know what I mean? Just at the end of the day, you just want to be able to give them a taste of what they should expect from the end game. And I think that's what they're doing here with Sea of Thieves. Like you guys mentioned, I don't know if there's going to be much content besides, hanging out with your friends and goofing off and things like that. I mean, the one thing that I've always said that kind of steered me away from it is that they've never really showed, a true campaign. You know what I mean?
There isn't like a true like campaign, like from what I understand, like a Destiny. Mm-hmm. But they basically have the 3 factions which were there in the beta this week, and you have like different missions. You have bounties where you can go after people, or I think you might even go after like legendary pirates or something. But I mean, I think that's it. I don't think there's like a defined single player story driven mission with an end game.
Right.
But even if it doesn't have to be single player. You know what I mean? Because obviously the game is focused on multiplayer. But you know what I mean? There has to be a flag at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? Kind of let you know like this is the end game. This is what you're striving for. You know what I mean? I know that there's some tasks to do to become a legendary pirate or whatever the case may be. But it's like, what are those tasks, and you know what I mean? What do I need to complete them? And am I going after some dead man's chest, or I mean, what is the true end game of Sea of Thieves? And I think that's the one thing where it's kind of just put me off and doesn't really have me too interested in the game.
Well, I think for me,
like, no, I was gonna say, like, if I'm picking up a game and I'm, what I mean, going to give it my time, it has to have something that actually has it hooks in me, and has a draw for me. You know what I mean? So. Without that, it's just like, okay, I'll wait till it comes out, see what everybody says about it, and maybe, I'll give it a go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was going to say, the end game, at least initially, for like season 1, if you want to call it, is becoming a legendary pirate.
Yeah, but how do I get there? You know what I mean? Like, what is a storyline that makes me a legendary pirate besides going down and shooting skeletons and picking up chests?
Well, that's pretty much it. You do, there's 3 factions, right? And you get, if I'm not mistaken, if you do all the missions for the factions, and you get like a status for each faction, and if you get like a legendary status for all 3 factions and doing all the missions, and each faction has a different mission, and I forget the name of the factions, but basically, like once you complete all the missions for the factions, you become like a legendary pirate, and then you can have like your own like cave, and like your ship pops out. Out of the cave and stuff, and you get like legendary missions, which your friends can join you on, and your friends don't actually have to have legendary pirate status to do the legendary missions. But like that's cool and everything, but that's a little concerning for me because then like what's if all I got to do is find someone that's a legendary pirate, I really don't have to grind,
right?
And I think that was and like Lord Cognito and I were talking about this on DM. We were like, yeah, like that's kind of strange. Like it's almost like with Destiny where you could join a clan and still get like raid gear or like the benefits of like your clan doing weekly, nightly, the strikes and the nightfall and the raid and you getting gear for those things or rewards and not even playing the game.
Right.
So then like if I'm thinking about engagement, then what's the incentive for people to stay engaged if you have friends that are legendary pirates and you can still play those missions? And you're not a legendary pirate. So I don't know. That's just
I don't know. It's like Kabatsu said, the Kraken. It all comes down to the Kraken.
I would have liked to see the Kraken be like a raid boss as opposed to a random event.
Or let this Kraken be Kraken, because that's all people keep talking about. There's a lot riding on the Kraken.
You need the Kraken. You need Jaws in there. You need
Jaws.
Moby Dick.
People thought I was fronting when I said they need to have like Goonies DLC.
Yeah, I mean they need
crazy, Eric.
They need to have variety. I mean, the Kraken can't be like the all be. I mean,
Enrique, man, you live in a world where there's a lot.
Pufferfish.
There's a lot pulling at your attention. Now, granted, Sea of Thieves seems like a unique game, a unique experience versus other multiplayer type games, right? But that doesn't necessarily equate to that it's going to be an instant success with that, especially in a world where you have tons of people who, to this day, are still rocking on like Overwatch. We talk about like Wildlands. We talk, about PUBG. We talk about Fortnite. All these different things. That's a lot of competition for your multiplayer time.
Well, that's a great point. And just to kind of piggyback, I mean, interrupt, just kind of piggyback off what you just said. Like one of the things I was thinking about, and I think Paul Tassi in his article actually alludes to the release window for this game. It's competing against Far Cry 5, Fortnite, which is now going mobile. We didn't talk about that earlier, but Fortnite. Well, actually, Eric, you brought this up with your. Hey, look, this is totally. I don't like to use like anecdotal evidence to like support facts or say, oh, because I heard 3 people talking about X game. That means it's a huge success. But I'll say this, E, and you should please share the story, man, because it was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Share your story about Fortnite and being on mobile.
Yeah, I've been sharing like in the last couple of days on Twitter, just sitting around, in my job, different classrooms, listening, to what kids are talking about or whatever. And I mean, I've been sharing that most of them talk about Fortnite like all day. I had one kid tell me, I don't even do my homework. I just play Fortnite. I'm like, well, shit, that's a problem. That's a problem. But okay.
Wait, kids, I don't do homework. I just play Fortnite.
Because when the thing is, it's like, I'm in a middle school. So when they find out that you actually game, they look at you like you have a hole in your head. Like, you're old. Like, you game?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I game. I said, what do you have? And then that's when their mind get blown when I start to talk to them about all the systems. Because, but yeah, they talk about
now
Fortnite.
You're a big homie now.
Oh, yeah. Now, Mr. Jackson's cool.
Yeah.
So, but they either play
that's Mr. Gill,
or I hear them talking about 2K.
Yeah.
Or they're talking about GTA Online. Those are the games they talk about. I'm not even making a joke. I'm not trying to be funny. I heard one kid mention PUBG. And he was in a conversation with other kids talking about Fortnite. And he said, what about PUBG? He's like, I just got PUBG on my Xbox. And they would look at him like, and they went back to Fortnite. I'm not even making a joke. That's just how the conversation went. So anyway, the other day, again, they were talking about Fortnite, a group of kids, and this one girl kind of chimed in and she said, I don't have an Xbox or a PlayStation. She said, but I'm going to get Fortnite. I'm going to try the mobile or whatever. And I was like, that's interesting that she brought that up because, I mean, it's about the launch, right? But then when the kids looked at it and said, that don't matter, you still going to be trash. It's savage.
Savage.
That's all they talk about is who is trash, who's it. You, oh man, you a G, you trash on Fortnite.
He said you'd be trash on mobile too.
So, but it's interesting. I said, you gotta factor in the fact that Fortnite is free, so there's no, as far as the barrier of entry. I mean, you can just hit your friend and be like, "Yo, pick up Fortnite. We're gonna play that." But if Fortnite wasn't being optimized and supported and updated, doesn't matter if it's free. So there's definitely that appeal there. So I can see why, Blue Hole was like, Well,
here, and I bring up Fortnite too because the article references this, and I'll go back to what my initial point was. But Eric, I don't want to use it like anecdotal evidence to like support facts, but I think it's telling when you live in a different state than I do, and you're around middle school kids, and you kind of have a pulse of kind of what the kids in that age group are excited about in terms of gaming or what games they're playing on consoles. My 12-year-old nephew, I'm like, he's a gamer. He's got an Xbox. Plays Call of Duty, NBA 2K, Madden. He says to me, he's like, "Hey, what new games do you have?" I'm like, "Oh, dude, I've been playing PUBG. Like, aren't you playing PUBG?" He's like, "I've never heard of that." I'm like, "So what are you playing?" He goes, "Fortnite."
That's that media bias.
He's like, "Yeah, it's that media bias." He said all my friends. I said, "Yeah." He said all my friends play it. I'm like, okay, like Fortnite's a juggernaut. Like I hear like PUBG. I feel like we've heard a lot about PUBG, and like I'm a big fan of PUBG. I like it, have fun, play with Lord King and Sam and a lot of people from Tick. And it's a fun game, but Fortnite's a juggernaut right now. I don't think, and maybe it's just me because I'm in that PUBG world, but maybe Fortnite doesn't get its just due. But now this thing's going mobile. This thing's going to be. It's going to be huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be huge. And so we think about like that space of multiplayer, games as a service. Where you can play with your friends. They're kind of in a tight spot here, and I think that was kind of to the overarching like theme or whatever you want to call it of his article too. Like, there's a lot of competition, and he says within that competition, though, he thinks that as the game progresses and Rare potentially delivers more content, that this game kind of carves a nice little niche for itself. Sea of Thieves, that is. But I even think like, and I'll ask everyone in the live chat, like, what do you guys think? Do you think like State of Decay 2 is going to be a bigger game than Sea of Thieves? I think so. I think State of Decay 2 has more appeal. I could see people playing that more than Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, that's another interesting thing, that Sea of Thieves is going to have to compete with State of Decay.
Yeah.
So it's like, and again, man, it's like how much support, multiplayer support, can there be? There's a lot of competition in that realm.
And how much content do they release? How often is it released? I mean, that all plays a factor in how you keep your player engaged.
Right.
So.
And like where like the Fortnite thing is like you try anything to connect these kids and to get them to listen to you and to let them know, hey, you're on their side. So I got like the Fortnite conversation going, and one of them said, what's your favorite gun in Fortnite? And I was like, I don't play Fortnite. And then they look at you like, again, like, how can you not be playing Fortnite? Like, what's wrong with you? So I kind of made a promise to one of them. I said, yeah, you know what? I'll check it out over the weekend. I'll play it. And I did. And sure enough, he didn't forget. He came back to me. He said, did you get a chance to play some Fortnite? I said, yeah, a little bit. He said, did you get killed? I said, immediately.
He said, you're garbage.
No, he said, no. Honestly, he didn't say I was garbage. He said it took me, that's how I found out about the homework thing. He said, it took me about 2 months to get really, really good at it. He said, now I dominate. He said, but he said, but then again, I don't do any homework. I just play it all day. So I was like, but this kid, not to sidetrack real quick, but this kid, I said, this kid is either going to be like the CEO of a corporation or he's going to be a master criminal, because he came up to me the other day. I said, yo, you got to get your work done. Let's go. Let's do it. He said, why do I need to do this? They're just going to put me through the 8th grade anyway.
Wow.
He said, wow. You know why? He said, you know why, Mr. Jackson? He said, because Broward County, y'all garbage.
Wow.
And again, you have to kind of like say, I can't laugh. He's not wrong. He understands the system. I mean, it's true. I mean, there's like a no fail type system. So I mean, they get pulled out. They have to make classes up and stuff like that. They have to do more work to get there, but they're not going to fail them. So I said, man, what is going on? I'm learning in school. I just started working in the school system, so I'm ready. Hearing all the stories from my wife.
Crack, don't you?
Yeah, man. It's like
just do it. Jump.
Kids. All I can say sometimes, I'm like, I'm homeschooling my daughter, man. This is crazy.
Yeah.
But he said, Broward County said, you guys are trash. I'm like, damn.
So I think B, did you bring up that they're kind of in a crowded space too? Because that, here, okay. So, I think that's a great point. I think that's why we're always, yeah. And people probably think we just bash Microsoft or pick on them. That's not it for us. It's like I think for us, a lot of it's because I've been on the Xbox platform for, God, over 16 years now. 16 years for me, and when Xbox Live first came out, they were kind of like the only player in town. And you're right, B. Like they're not the only game in town providing multiplayer experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is why we say they need to push out or kind of offer kind of a variety of different types of content. It's great to offer the multiplayer open world experiences, but look, there's other games that do that. I mean, I think with Sea of Thieves, honestly, guys, I think they're hoping with it being on Game Pass, and who knows how many people are on Game Pass now, that people.
I have the numbers.
Do you really? Oh, see, now you're just trolling. So, I think they're hoping that people get hooked through Game Pass or try this game out and enjoy it, and hopefully, I think they're hoping that people that every day when they sign on, that it's a new experience for people. I mean, they think that's the goal, that people are going to go out and make their own story every day.
Yeah.
But I think for some people that's probably exciting, but I think for most people it probably isn't.
Yeah.
Just because of how we're conditioned to interact with content, with having some kind of narrative or some kind of direction. That's just my opinion.
I think what you'll get is the same people who are big fans of Minecraft will be the same, fans are, going to be big fans of Sea of Thieves and experiences like it. I mean, people who can go out there and kind of make their own fun and, hang out with friends and just do goofy stuff. This is going to be right up their alley. But, for guys who, want a point A and a point B to get to, this might not be, for them. And, it's cool to hang out with friends and just goof off, but, might not be the experience that they stick around with for too long. So it's going to be interesting to see, once it actually gets out there in the wild and, it's, you'll see the player counts and things like that. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think so. I think again, obviously the key here is content, how much content they can deliver. They can make some compelling content, keep the game fresh for people. That ultimately, at the end of the day, that's the challenge with that kind of game. But honestly, guys, like I said, I'm actually more excited. And let me know what you guys think, and everyone in the live chat too. I'm actually more excited for State of K 2. That 4-player co-op, man. I could see me, Eric, Big Money. I don't know. You might be garbage at that game, so.
Yeah, man. You straight garbage.
Yeah, I could see us going in there, like killing some zombies, looting some houses, right?
Yeah, that's definitely probably more my speed. Of the two games.
Yeah. And again, yeah, like you said, man. It's people probably think we do rag, and it's not that, but be like we talked about the other night on Tick. I said when you've been like an A student and you all of a sudden drop to, in some people's eyes, not everybody's eyes, but I think those who actually are honest and not trying to be complete trolls and always trying to dump on them because they think it's or always give Microsoft a hard time because they favor one platform or the other, or the person that never has anything critical to say. Can't trust either one of those groups of people, right? But the people that find themselves right in the middle, who maybe rock with Xbox years ago like we did or whatever, it's like you remember those days where it was like where they were hitting, and it was like a lot of us, it was like the preferred platform last generation or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So when we came into this generation and you kind of saw, dude, you had the playbook of what not to do.
Right.
Sony showed you every way that you don't do it, and you still kind of did it. I just remember before I got on Twitter, I just remember when 2013 hit, I was just sitting there with like watching the stuff like with my jaw on the floor, like we've been here before, But at the same time, you give credit for all the traction that they've gained in fixing certain things, but then there's those holdouts that we still want. So it's like, we've been around when you saw like Gears get launched and you said, you know what, I don't care what I got to do, a 360 must be had to play that game. You know, so it's those types of things. So like when Halo, the things that launched, you know, the OG Xbox. So you hold them to a high standard. So usually a lot of times when we're going in because we have a high standard and we expect a high standard from them.
Right, right.
You know, and that's all it really is. It's more love than it is hate.
Oh, it's all love.
If I hated it, I would spend. If you asked me a question and I hated something, I'm like, I don't have anything to say. I don't like it.
Look, and the bottom line is that if we hated it, none of us would have X's.
Right.
And and it's funny, like some of these diehards that like corporate slaves don't even have an X.
Which, by the way, as we were talking earlier before we went live, I just popped another rare achievement in Forza.
Jesus, man. Chief told me says hashtag golden bananas. I'm not going to get into the whole
We're not gonna start on that,
inside Xbox thing. We talked about that on Lords of the Arcade this past Saturday. So,
you talked about like an experience at E3. They should have the white glove experience.
What?
Like Major Nelson's white glove experience.
That doesn't even sound right, man. To be honest with you, yeah, kind of that would turn into the red light district.
Hey, man, hey, Major's committed to the white gloves, man.
I don't know. I did hear Major Nelson wears Ferragamo's though. So shout out to him, man.
Yeah,
rocking Ferragamo's. Yeah, clean. So yeah,
I'm pimp when I see one.
So guys, I'm going to make a big announcement. Splinter Cell will be on the Xbox stage at E3.
I don't care who stage it's on, as long as it's there.
It's going to be there.
I think it's got to be the Ubisoft. Wait, we got one more thing announcement. I know it was already teased, but that's what they've been doing with all the Tom Clancy games.
Yeah,
every time they've announced them, and I think this is definitely going to be something different from what we expect from the normal Splinter Cell games.
You think it's gonna be like an open world?
I think so. I think it's gonna be more of an open world, more of a. It's definitely gonna be a game as a service. They don't make single player games anymore.
Yeah,
you know I mean, it's definitely gonna be a game as a service. You'll probably have some deep multiplayer stuff in there with like Spies versus Mercs or something like that, or something similar to what they did with Blacklist or. You know what I mean? Conviction.
They don't have that DNA of Far Cry and Assassin's Creed.
Yep. So
yeah, I think yeah. Sam in the live chat says Xbox will have strongest marketing partnerships yet.
I said Tobert.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they're gonna have some pretty. They may have some third party deals that might surprise some people. But I think they'll have some good. Some good I can't even talk. Can't talk. I've been on drugs all week. That's why. Sam said Division 2, Battlefield, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Anthem, Cyberpunk. I go with Splinter Cell there.
Yeah, that's another reason why I don't think Splinter Cell is going to be shown on the Microsoft stage. I think they'll show the Division, and Splinter Cell will be that one more thing at the Ubisoft show.
I don't think Cyberpunk's going to make it till. I think it's gonna be a next gen release.
I think they'll probably tease it again this year.
Yeah,
and they'll start ramping up the marketing, and it'll probably release either late next year or early 2020.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, it's definitely gonna be with Arby's and Jack in the Box.
Good meats.
Yeah, good meats. She's always a fool, man.
Oh man, that was a good one, Chief.
It was good. Which reminds me, I need to sign up for my my Xbox Game Pass. I forgot to do that, so I can play Sea of Thieves next week. But honestly, guys, I'm telling you, we gotta get on that State of the Gate 2.
State of the what?
Hey, State of the Gate. I know, right? You sounded like I said State of the Gay.
Enrique's on that codeine.
Yeah, right. I'm on that lean right now.
Yeah. Got that Mike Tyson State of Decay.
Yeah, what do they call it in Fortnite? What's the drink? It's called it's like it's how you revive your health. It's called something. It's like lean or something like that. So something
it's not called lean.
No, it's not called lean. It's like
really?
Something.
No, that's amazing. They call it lean. That's amazing.
I know. Oh, I'm out of lean.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, Sam says we're gonna sacrifice Enrique to the zombies. Stronger community. No, we're not sacrificing me to the zombies. No, we're not doing that. We sacrifice Chief Tome to the zombies. But yeah, guys, we got to get on some State of Decay too, man. Seriously.
Facts.
Like when I was watching that gameplay, I'm like, I could see us playing this game. You know. So,
and again, you know, I will say, yeah, no problem. Game Pass.
Yeah.
Yep. I said the other day, if it was like I was out there full price or whatever, and I'm not saying I wouldn't buy it. You know, I thought, you know what, I'm rocking with this. But with Game Pass, like, why not? Let's see what's popping.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. So, hey, real quick, guys, I just want to before we wrap up the show, you know, the Nintendo Direct happened last week, and I know we talked about it this weekend, but Eric, man, how hyped were you to see? Shit, what was it? I think Smash Brothers. I can't even think, man. This is the medication talking right now.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, like I said, it kind of leans back to what we were saying earlier. Just having that announcement and like kind of the way they did it was like dope. I mean, they had you kind of, you know, they pulled the little bait and switch on you, thinking it's more like Splatoon, and then boom, you know. And like B said, they didn't have to have any like release timeline or date or anything like that with it.
Yeah,
just letting people know one of our biggest franchises is coming.
Yeah, no,
I mean, we all knew it was coming, but just to have the fact that we know it's coming, whether late this year, early next year, it's coming.
Yeah, I was excited to see the release date for Octopath Traveler. I thought it was actually pretty. That was actually one of the games that I was really looking forward to on the Switch. Mm-hmm. So I was really like excited to see that we got a release date on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nintendo. I'm telling you, Nintendo. To me, right now, Nintendo is. I'm gonna throw it out there. I think they're the market leader right now.
They're doing their thing, man.
Which is crazy to think about where they came from. I should say that. I mean, because you know you can never really count them out, right?
That is the one thing I've always said. Even in the moments where I'm kind of like, I don't understand what they're doing. I said one thing you can never do is count them out. You know, because you'll think they're down for the count, and you think they're wrapped, and then it's like boom.
Yeah, Lord Kaibatsu says he's betting cross promotion pirate hats on State of Decay zombie events and zombie attacks and Sea of Thieves.
The crossover event.
Yeah, that actually, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of
cool. Anything that has multiplayer, it's always cool to have, like, you know, that crossover. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think Monster Hunter is doing it very well with, you know, they added the Aloy on the PlayStation version.
That was cool.
They got Dante coming pretty soon. Mega Man will be in there. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool to, you know what I mean, put some other franchises in a game that's doing so well. You know what I mean? So I like that.
Absolutely.
All right, gentlemen.
What do you think about that State of Decay Collector's Edition stuff going on?
Hey, wait. I was about to shut the podcast off. You interrupted Eric. I hear you clicking those sticks, man. Garbage.
I'm on the stick, man. I'm about to pop another rare achievement.
For what? Hit the A button?
I'm telling you, it should not be this easy to get all these rare achievements. Yeah. Not easy to get them, I'm saying, but there shouldn't be this many left.
Yeah. Salty's Games in the house. What's up, Salty? Let's see here. Oh, speaking of crossovers, Witcher account tomorrow will be very interesting. Yeah, what's going on with the Witcher, Sam? Is that is Geralt going to be in? I heard Soul Calibur. Did you guys hear that, or a fighting game?
I think it's going to be in Soul Calibur. It only makes sense.
Where's Roach?
It's going to be interesting to see how they actually design his character model, though, in that game.
Yeah, they have like
and kind of how his movements are going to be.
I think I have him like bobbing up and down before he fights. You know what I mean? Like every fighter, right? The characters like it's like they're like the adrenaline's like they got Tourette's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And speaking of that crossover, isn't Geralt supposed to be coming to Soul Calibur?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
They're supposed to announce it tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, nice. That's what Sam was just saying.
Yeah, say what you're saying. That yeah.
Yo, that's perfect for like Soul Calibur, man.
That's awesome for Soul Calibur. I wonder if he'll take breaks in between fights and like make love to women. Carol's a horny. Carol's a horny bastard.
It will be interesting though if they have like the campaign stuff. If they feature him in the campaign, similar to what they did with Akuma and Tekken.
Yeah. Your relative says he's going to be agile and feminine.
He's going to be what?
He's going to be agile and feminine. Yo, your relative's a wild dude, man. That dude is hilarious. He's hilarious. It's funny. Like I listen to other podcasts, and I'll be in the live chat. He'll walk in, start calling people frauds, and he'll be like, he'll write like "Let the fanboy hatred start" or something. It's hilarious. Yeah. So, but yeah, you know, the whole Sea of Thieves thing is funny. So I was actually on Dealer Gamers channel podcast last night. We talked about this. Big shout out to Dealer and Colt Eastwood and the crew and the Ashley Luca. Yeah, we were talking about this, and I was kind of like, my thoughts initially, like, I'm like, is this really collector's edition because it's missing the game? You know, because typically, like, you buy a collector's edition, right? You get a disc.
Yeah, get a steel case, get the disc.
Yeah,
or a digital code, you know,
or digital code, similar. Yeah, I thought. I mean, it was. I think it's weird that there's no game at all. You know what I mean? Because at least with the when they did the Halo Collector's Edition with the Locke and Chief statue.
Yeah, I just want. I'm sorry, B. I don't want to interrupt you. We have a troll in the live chat. I just want to say something. If you're going to insult people, at least spell meat right. You know, don't go come in here and insult people and write like you're illiterate fuck. I mean, seriously. You guys see this in the live chat?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna say meat, spell it right, please.
Yeah, we'll let you stay if you can spell, but if not,
yeah, don't insult people if you can't spell. Go ahead and give him the hammer. So, put the sticks down. Oh, Sam got him too. Thank you, Sam. Sam's in there dropping hammers. So B, you were saying, man? Go ahead.
No, I was saying at least with the when they had the Halo 5 Collector Edition, the Chief and Locke statue, they at least offered the code in there. You know what I mean? So you could still get the statue and still, you know what I mean, be able to get the game or whatever. I just thought it was weird that there's no game at all. You know what I mean? If you weren't going to include the disc, at least give them a digital copy.
Right. Yeah. I know some people were comparing it, like saying, like, you know, Battlefield did it and this and that. And it's like, yeah, I mean, you saw Battlefield.
Battlefield was dumb too. Like the statue was great, but that was dumb, and that's why it was on clearance for like $20 on Amazon because nobody bought that shit.
Because I bought it for $20 because I wanted the statue.
Yeah, and Wolfenstein 2, because Sam said Wolfenstein 2 did it too.
The collector's edition of that didn't have a disc?
Yeah, I think that's what Sam's saying. I didn't know that Wolfenstein 2 did. I know Battlefield did not. I wasn't aware that Wolfenstein 2 did not have a disc, but
Wolfenstein just had the Kindle?
I think it was a Kindle.
That's even worse, man.
Wow.
They even Action Jackson figure.
But you know, I mean, as we get into the digital future, I mean, you're going to see this, but you can always include those digital codes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it would have been cool if the digital code was there. People wouldn't have made a big deal about it. And it's like, oh, well, we can still get, you know, this cool little loot stuff, you know, that we can hang up in our office or put on our desk or whatever the case may be. And,
I'm telling you guys,
still get the game.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, I'm really hyped. This is crazy. Like I was kind of on the fence with State of Decay 2, and then I saw the gameplay footage. I'm like, you know what? And then when they said, you know, I knew about the 4-player co-op, but then like when I was thinking about, you know, all the other stuff you do in State of Decay 2, it's not just shooting zombies, you know, building towns, collecting stuff, looting. I don't know. I'm telling you guys, I'm just hyped. I'm actually excited for this game.
Yeah, I kind of like didn't really get into the first one. Didn't really pay much attention to it
because you were garbage.
Pretty much.
You got bodied by the zombies too quick.
That permadeath just shook me to my core.
Yeah.
But this one is actually a little more intriguing, definitely with the co-op and stuff. So.
No, it definitely is. It definitely is.
Guess what just happened?
What happened? You got another rare achievement?
I have another rare achievement.
So what game are you playing right now?
Forza Horizon 3.
Oh. How are you getting these rare achievements in Forza Horizon 3?
These Xbox guys don't play their games.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
No, there's a few in there. And actually, I mean, there's a few in there that seem to be kind of easy. I don't know why. I don't know why they're still sitting there.
Yeah. Sam says people don't understand how deep the RPG community-based building mechanics are going to be in State of Decay 2. Yeah, that's a great point. I think
that's the thing that attracts me the most. Anything that's got RPG, anything in it, I'm down. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you got to go in, you got to build communities, you got to like loot houses and stuff. Survival.
It's like Walking Dead, and if they don't put Negan DLC in there, it's a failure. Just like State of Decay. I mean, not State of Decay. No Goonies DLC, failure.
Bubblegum.
Oh, you gotta do it like, well, shit, Rick.
That's hilarious. Oh my goodness.
Slap me on my ass and call me Sally.
Oh
shit like that, man.
Oh, Lord, Kabauta says State of Decay 2 is permadeath also.
Oh yeah. That's the big hallmark of it. If you don't want to get sued, then you have the character called Keegan, and instead of a bat, he has like
he's got a broomstick.
Yeah.
Give him a broomstick.
He's got a broomstick with thumbtacks in it.
Yeah, there you go.
There you
go. And he's Keegan.
Yeah. Hey, honey, it's Jimmy. Tell the kids I love them. I'm never coming home. I saw that movie the other day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, honey, it's Jimmy. Tell the kids I love them. I ain't never coming home again. I'm like, damn.
He said, take it easy.
Take it easy. Oh my goodness, too funny.
Put mommy on the phone. Yeah, I ain't coming home no more. Take it easy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Sam says IGN is stuff dropping all month. They do. Ryan McCaffrey's talked about that in his latest piece, and I believe the game's going to be featured in the next Inside Xbox.
Yeah, I think it will too.
Yeah.
That collector's edition is going to get the white glove treatment.
Oh yeah, Larry's going to have it. He's going to have the special.
He can't not do the white gloves now.
He's going to have the white gloves and touching the zombie mask with the white gloves. It'll look very inappropriate. Yeah. Hey, before we wrap up, guys, I want to ask you about Far Cry 5 because I was talking to Lord Cognito about this in DM, or actually not in DM, as we were watching Inside Xbox together with Gaming Addict, and I was thinking like Far Cry 5. They're like, okay, this is the first time Far Cry has been set in the United States. I'm like, yeah, they're right. There hasn't been a Far Cry game set in the U.S. And I'm like looking at the characters. I'm looking at the game. I'm like, this is kind of a stereotypical game set in the U.S. Like, you know what I mean? Like with stereotypes like the Midwest. Kind of, I don't know. You could probably say there's elements or things from the far right, I guess. What do you guys think about it? Like, do you think it's kind of when you see some of the characters and where the game's set, it's kind of taking a stereotypical look at the U.S. Or am I overthinking it?
I thought that was their whole angle.
Yeah, I mean it is, but I just feel like it's maybe it's just me overthinking it. And you're probably right. It's probably taken to the nth degree because for entertainment value, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can take that and be very exaggerated with it, and if people get offended by it, then that means you're doing something right.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. And I'm not a fan. I just found it to be interesting. Like, I'm like,
My thing is, if you're gonna do it, don't back down from it. Like, really paint the picture of it. Because sometimes the best, the best look that we have at something is when a a different culture looks in on us and creates it. I mean, we do it all the time in our movies, you know, with other cultures.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
We have no problem making like any people terrorists.
You're crazy. Hey, all Latinos are Mexicans. I mean, what every shit. Hey, let me tell you something. That's true. Every movie I grew up like watching that had a Latino in it, they were Mexican.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You know, and then I mean, in the 80s, you were terrified of like all the Russia stuff. You know, it's just. So I mean, so why can't we have like, you know, the thing turned on us? You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
I just
look at how the European culture is, you know, when they do GTA. I mean, it's in a lot of ways it's satirical, but a lot of ways it's kind of true. That's how they see it. You know?
Yeah.
Like the hood is very hood in GTA 5.
Yeah, it is.
But I know some cats like that.
That's true, man.
You know, but if you get offended, it's like, you know, you shouldn't. They're kind of keeping it real. So it's like, yeah, we should be able to have things turn on us. I mean, it is a part of our culture.
Yeah. Guys, real quick, before we wrap, I promise one more topic. And I didn't mean to cut you off, Eric, but we got trying to wrap up the show here. But what do you think about the rumors of the next Grand Theft Auto being set in Vice City?
No, that's cool. Let's go back to the Vice.
Uh-oh. Someone's up.
Yeah, man. My son just woke up.
How's he doing, by the way, B?
He's doing good, man.
Yeah.
Getting big and getting on my nerves.
Getting big and getting on my nerves. Hey, he woke up like, Daddy! Eric's garbage at playing video games. Yeah, I just got to pick on you a little bit, man, because of what that little kid said.
Well, the kid didn't say, he didn't tell me I was garbage. He told the girl in his class.
Oh, I know. He told the girl, yeah.
But I may not be far off from being called garbage at some point.
Yeah. But no, I'm actually, I would love to see Vice City is probably one of my favorite GTA games. You guys remember it was voiced by Ray Liotta.
Yep.
Yeah. Main protagonist. Yeah. And the soundtrack was one of the best soundtracks in the game. Yeah. And there was a lot of influence there from the movie Scarface too.
Oh yeah. From Miami Vice, from Scarface.
Miami Vice, Scarface, yeah.
Well, what would that look like today, though?
Vice City today?
Yeah. You know what I mean? We just talking about stereotypes. What?
Pat Riley.
Pat Riley character. It'll basically be like Overtown, Miami.
Yeah. What would it be like?
South Beach, Overtown. South Beach.
Yep. Too funny. Yeah, that would be interesting. I'd be interested to see how they would, you know, what Vice City would look like, because Vice City was set in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't remember what's the main protagonist. I don't remember his name. God, it's been like,
wasn't it Vinny or something like that?
No, it wasn't Vinny.
I know the protagonist from Grand Theft Auto 3. That was Clyde or Claude or whatever.
Clydesdale. Didn't the lawyer from Vice City look like Kleinfeld from Carlito's Way? He did, didn't he?
I want that Avon Barksdale DLC.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, let's go home. I mean, let's wrap.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. So, thank you everyone for stopping by and hanging out with us and talking video games. And big shout out to everyone in the live chat. Great seeing you guys. Great conversations as always, except for that idiot who couldn't spell meat right. But we got him out of here quickly. And Chief Tommy probably had the best line of the night. We have the meats. So thank you, Chief, for keeping us entertained. And hey, if you haven't done so already, definitely check out the Lords of the Arcade podcast. It's a collaborative podcast. We're going to do it once a month. It's going to be a Saturday out of the month. And it's the Brap crew and the crew from the Iron Lords podcast. So we just get together and talk about video games. So this first podcast was a lot of fun. Definitely entertaining. We had Lord Kaibatsu on. It's the first time I've ever done a podcast with him. So Kaibatsu, thank you for joining us. I said your name right. Thank you for joining us. Definitely appreciate it. But definitely check that out. And yeah, we'll be back again next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll give you our insight into Sea of Thieves. So we'll have that to talk about next week. So other than that, everyone have a great evening. Eric Jackson, B Money. Where can everyone find you? Someone sounds like they threw up on B.
Just find me on Twitter, man. Same gamer tag everywhere, same name everywhere. B Money 101.
Sweet. Eric?
You can find me running around Twitter being called garbage by little kids.
Yes.
Easy Jackson. Yep.
Yeah, and you know what? I may even do a stream of me playing Bloodborne. So I may do that this week. So definitely keep an eye for that.
You haven't got to the Cleric Beast yet, right?
No, I haven't got to Cleric Beast yet. No.
Yeah, stream it.
Why? So you can make fun of me?
No, dude.
Eric's gonna be in there trolling B. Look at this guy. He's garbage.
Nah. If certain people can get through there, you can get through there, man.
Oh yeah, I'm not even sweating, man. I know exactly what you're talking about. You know what? We'll talk about this off air because there's something that happened that I can't talk about on air. So, East Texas Alex T says no, don't go. Sorry, man, we got to go, but we'll catch you guys next time. Irrelevant Native says ha ha gutter gamer. Thanks, Irrelevant. All right, everyone. We'll see you guys next week. Everyone have a great rest of the week. Peace and gar.